Yes, YouTube massive, what's up, man? Hope everyone is well and of course literally doing well. 2 days ago I did a metaphysical breakdown of one of my favorite scenes from the Matrix, being of course Neo versus Morpheus, or Morpheus versus Neo. Posted it on IGTV, but I thought a lot of people could really get value from the information I pumped out there, being my personal breakdown of the scene. With that being said, watch, enjoy, observe, inquire, pay in attention, and let me know what you think of the video. Peace. Right, people, what's up? So this is one of my favorite scenes from the Matrix, of course entitled The Matrix. I know Kung Fu, but we all know it as Morpheus versus Neo, or Neo versus Morpheus. So I'm going to give you my breakdown of this scene because The Matrix is such a deep movie and I really am so pumped and excited and gassed they're actually making a Matrix 4. So let's go into this little mini breakdown which will really make you just really see things more differently. I know Kung Fu. Oops, well, I know Kung Fu. Show me. Oops. So, let's pause this. The empty room that you see symbolizes your empty mind before it gets tainted by the experience, by thought, by memory, by time, by knowledge, which sets you basically in the past, how and why. I'll give you an example. When you see somebody speak for the first time ever, before they speak, as you look at them, you're looking at an image. So you are the observer that's observing this person. And through your observation, you have a blank template of this person, just like this room basically is a blank template, right? When this person speaks, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they speak, the way they make you feel, you cast a judgment upon basically how they make you feel. Their energy imprints basically onto you. Through that experience, basically, you generate time, distance, space, memory, and thought, which basically thought plays back in the past. So now that blank template, that blank observation is now tainted with thought, meaning now the observation is tainted with thought. Meaning every single time you see this person in the street, every time you see them, you will always view them from the past. You would never actually view them before you actually had that experience. And through your experience of them, you gain knowledge. And that knowledge basically conditions you to think in the past. It condenses and holds your freedom. Knowledge basically is time. And within that time, it holds you back into the past. So for you to be free, you have to let go of the knowledge, of that particular knowledge, which basically has conditioned you in the past. So let's move forward. So let's move to Morpheus. Morpheus, literally, as we said, the room basically is the mind, an empty template before it's tainted with thought pollution, right? Morpheus literally means to morph the mind, to open the closed doors, to make you see your inner vision, to make you inquire, to make you go within yourself, to self-discover oneself so you can seek enlightenment, which is basically a process, an inward process, not an outward process. In the stillness of thought, if you've ever spoken to anybody on the planet, and they say something to you and it clicks and the light bulb goes off and you're like, wow. If you're conscious of it or not, within that millisecond, you paused, you inquired, you self-discovered within, thought ceased, consciousness searched through, and enlightenment searched within you, and you basically got the question, you got the answer to the question that was literally within you. So what we're saying is, in that particular moment, you're not caught in the past, you're not caught in the present, you're free from knowledge which is set in the past, you're free from thought, and you acquire freedom in that particular moment. So Morpheus is Neo is tainted with thought pollution. He is thought to a degree. What Morpheus tries to do in this scene here, or throughout the whole scene, is he tries to guide Neo to make him see who he truly is, that he's not his thoughts. Because all thoughts are what? In the past. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are experiences that you catalogue every single day by the books, the movies, the comic books, the content you consume on a daily basis, it gets registered in the mind as time, memory, space, and knowledge. And that is basically what your thoughts are. Everything that I said is in the past. So essentially what you're seeing now, you're seeing a person trying to free themselves from all of the addictive thought patterns they've accumulated in their lifetime. So basically, Morpheus and Neo are basically you. They are you. Their two polarities are always fighting one another, that are fighting each other. But as we all know, basically, Morpheus is the one that guides, that morphs, that instills. He tries to make Neo so still and so calm by beating the stillness into him, as we say. So essentially what you're seeing is you're seeing a friction, you're seeing the battle in the mind. This is exactly what happens in meditation. People try to, what's the word I'm looking for? They try to focus on their thoughts, and it causes fragmentation, division. But if you just observe your thoughts with no judgment, no emotional attachment, the mind becomes still. So initially, this is what you're seeing. And of course, the room is a square. We're dealing with the 4 elemental forces, fire, earth, wind, and water, that actually create the reality that you actually are living with and living at on a daily basis. And they feed your thought forms. So in a nutshell, this whole battle is basically freedom of the mind. And Neo's like, nope, you still don't get it. And this is the most important scene. When Morpheus says to him, I have to turn the volume up, he says,
"You're too fast. Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? You think that's air you're breathing now?"
And what that basically means is, if to me, is that real air you're breathing? Do you really think that you are your thoughts? And what happens? Neo inquires. Watch when he inquires. Right? Look at that. Watch this. Let's pause it. He inquires. He discovers. Silence kicks in. And what happens is, Neo realizes that he's not his thoughts. And he's still balanced. And all of those addictive thoughts that were feeding off him, he now takes the energy back, feeds his mind, body, and soul, harnesses his energy, and basically starts to fight back and become the person he was always meant to be. 100% stillness. Which is why Morpheus says, you're stronger than this. Which is quite dope and interesting. He says, come on. I love this scene. Again, it's interesting. And look at that. This is what happens when the mind wakes up to its full potential, its full energy. It can do miraculous things. The mind is a powerful beast. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, oops, that was it. There's an end scene to that. The end scene to that is Neo says to him, "I know what you're trying to do," and I think Morpheus says, "I'm trying to show you the way." And that's pretty much it, people. We are all battling thought forms in our mind on a daily basis, and it's quite interesting to see that the easiest way to deal with these addictive thought forms is to actually be in the point of stillness, where you're still. Stillness, calmness. If you observe your thoughts with no emotional attachment, you don't feed into the experience of what you actually experience. You detach. You become the observer. You observe basically your thoughts just as if you was observing the waters in the beach. So when you observe your thoughts, what happens is, when you don't feed into them, when you just watch them as if you was watching a dope Marvel movie, what happens? Pow! What really happens is they become quieter and stiller, and then those thoughts that were feeding off you, that reservoir of energy goes back into the mind, and you become much balanced and much at peace and much quiet. The root of everyone's problem in the world is thought. It always goes back to thought, which is throughout the whole movie, what Morpheus tries to do is wake Neo up. And you know, he wakes him up at the end, or Neo wakes up and he's like, no, to Agent Smith, because he knows who he is. He knows he's not his thoughts. He knows his complete stillness. He gains his power because all of the addictive thoughts that were lingering around him have now been retracted back into his mind. And now he becomes more powerful than he ever was. So message of the day to every single person who's watched this video, it's basically this, 100%. If you want to take control of your life, take control of your thoughts, and most importantly, take control of your breathing. And we're back, people. I really had fun making that video. It was fun. It was cool. I really enjoyed it. And you know, The Matrix is a deep movie. You know, there's so much meanings to it. Period. Politically, spiritually, scientifically, whatever you want to call it. When the movie first came out, people were going bonkers over it. So I'm really pumped and excited to see where Matrix 4 picks off for. And it's going to be kind of dope and kind of nice, because at the end of Matrix 3, we do see that Neo was taken away to the machine world. So how does he come back? Why does he come back? So I'm really pumped and excited in regards to, of course, seeing the movie when it comes out. It's going to be sick, because can you imagine how the effects were when those Matrix movies came out many years ago? The effects, when people saw them, they're like, right, it's kind of crazy. This is sick. Can you imagine how they're going to look now? CGI, rendering, animation, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, I don't know, but it's going to be really insane. But anyways, I'm really pumped for, in regards to pushing that video out there. Being, of course, the Matrix movie. I guess my question of the day, what did you think of the video? What did it mean to you? Did you resonate with the breakdown that I gave to you? And of course, what is your interpretation, or what do you see basically in that scene, being, of course, Neo versus Morpheus, or Morpheus versus Neo? I'd love to know all of your thoughts. Drop your comments down below. And literally, of course, make sure you smash the YouTube subscribe button, smash the YouTube bell button, share this video on your IG stories. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all that good stuff. Follow, and I'll catch everyone in a bit with a brand new video. Peace.